How greedy do you have to be for a VIP membership to be useless? Like, I do have my VIP membership. Let's see. I do get to do VIP things. It has this little perks, like I could, summon a traveling side post. I mean, that's the best thing. That's the only like really good thing about the VIP membership is the traveling signpost, and that's it. There's nothing else good about it. I mean, I'm still pretty weak. Um, because what you really need is the wards. You really need coalescent malts. So it's kind of like if you have a VIP membership, but you don't have coalescence malts, you are still gonna be weak. And those like memberships aren't cheap. Like let me just go and um like okay, it's like $51. You have to spend $51 for a 6-month VIP membership. $51. But you would think like, okay, I spent $51 on, like a VIP membership. It's gonna be worth it, right? But it's kind of like I have the VIP membership and I'm still weak because a coalescent molds. And a coalescent molds, that's not like cheap either. A coalescent mold is not cheap. Let's see, which one is it? Okay, that's $10. You need to spend $10, $10 just to buy a coalescent mold. So it's like $10 just for a mold. And what you do, I mean, if you're new to gaming, what you do is that you use these molds to upgrade gems. So it's kind of like if you get 60 molds, you spent $60. 60 molds is $60 because your VIP membership wouldn't give you like a free collection molds. It would make more sense to like for like a VIP member to get a free collection molds. It doesn't even have to be like every day. It could be like once a month. Like you could be like, oh, you spent $51, so you are going to get a free coalescence molds once a month for each month that you've been a member. Or it's kind of like, okay, you paid your $51. What we're going to do is that we're going to have coalescence molds available for you for like astral diamonds. I mean,
Do you have astral diamonds to trade?
technically it is available for astral diamonds like in the auction house, but you would think that you could get it like right here. You would think that you would be able to get it like right here instead of the auction house where it's pretty much expensive. It's really expensive at the auction house, but it's kind of like you had to spend $60 on these motions to upgrade your items, and mine isn't even at max level. It's not even at max level. And if you're really new, like depending on how new you are, you might be thinking, well, it's probably worth it. It's really not. I mean, I really want you to see something before my VIP membership is over with. I just really wanted you guys to see this. And that is, these are how the gems originally look like. They were like, and then they got replaced.
There is so much to see in this world and others.
And then they got replaced with these ones. But these ones and the old ones look really identical. Like if you look at the old ones, like right here, I don't know if you can see I guess you can, but it's like if you look at the old ones and you look at the new ones, they look exactly the same. Like if you like look at the ones that don't work anymore, it's kind of like this one. It doesn't work anymore. I cannot equip it. I can't like double. you know. Well, okay. Obviously, it's just gonna tell me to sell it, but it's like look at this draconic one and
Magic
compare
is
it
like
to
fire.
like
The
compare
tiniest spark can become a
compare it to what
raging
I have.
inferno.
Like look at the comparison. They just took the old ones and they made it useless. They took the old ones because it's like I had mine like like I had mine at rank 9, and I felt really proud, really happy to get them at rank 9. So it's kind of like imagine pouring money to get them at rank 9. Imagine pouring money just to get them at rank 9, just for it's like you spent all that money and then it's useless. Like and then they want to basically refresh everything. So it's kind of a lot like so, and that's the reason why the people who paid, for it to be at rank 15, that's the reason why they are so angry. It's because it's like you pay so much money just to get them upgraded. I think I have a ranked 15 one somewhere, but I don't see it anywhere. But it's like you spend so much money to get them at rank 15, and then it's completely useless, and you have to spend money on it all over again. And what's worse is do you want to know what makes it worse? Let me go back to these ones. These ones were like the common and drops, like these ones were like the gray ones that nobody wanted. It's a gray nobody wanted. You couldn't even sell it at an auction house. It was completely useless and a complete like waste of money. Only for the thing that was completely useless to be like, oh, like how it was useless. We're gonna do like a restart and a refresh. So it's kind of like you gotta spend a lot of AD for something that it's going to be useless one day. That one of these days it's going to go from you have to spend like 100,000 extra diamonds, and that just one day it's going to be exactly and precisely they're kind of hinting at you. They're kind of hinting like, oh, like you see how you had to pay so much now. One of these days it's going to be a common, and it's going to be so completely useless, and anybody who has it is going to like laugh at you. People are going to laugh at you if you have this. But again, like if you are an old player, you've already like went to like rank, I think this is, no, it's not a rank 10. I think I have a rank 10 somewhere, but maybe the rank 10 is further up. Well, whatever. But it's kind of like you put so much effort to like leveling all of these things up, and then it's kind of like, oh yeah, how you spent like like especially if you have it up there at mythic. It's like, oh yeah, you spent like, I mean for me to like, okay, if you spent 60, like I guess like people who use Mythic spend like, I don't know, $1,000 on a game, and it's like, oh yeah, how I spent $1,000 just on things that I can't use in real life. Oh yeah, it's kind of like useless one day. It's gonna be useless one day, and it's like for the next new thing, it's really really paid to win, because it's kind of like even even with my VIP membership, it feels like they're still trying to pressure me, to spend more money. It's not like like, okay, you spent your VIP membership, you do not have to spend any more. You do not have to spend any more. It's like, oh, you spent money on a VIP membership. Well, that's why I didn't refresh my VIP membership. Like, that's the reason why it's gonna, be gone, in 24 days from now, because, it's like, again, a collection molds costs $10. And not only that, but it's like, from watching Aragon, if you grind, and this is a recent thing, it seems like to be a recent thing, that like he just grinded one of the events, and by grinding an event, a collection molds came to him as a drop. It takes lots and lots and lots of grinding. You had to grind all day, but a collection molds came as a drop. And I think it's because it's kind of like they're kind of doing this thing where they are annoying the paying players, but they're also annoying the free players because, like, even with the VIP membership, I am still struggling because it's like, where I am now, it seems really high, my total item level, but there are people who are clearly free players that are stuck at 40k. They're stuck at 40. So it's like, if you don't pay, you're just gonna be, not doing anything. But if you do pay, you would never ever be paying enough. So I cannot recommend Neverwinter. I just cannot in good conscience recommend it because it's kind of a lot like, I mean, imagine spending $51 for a VIP membership. And again, the best parts of it is the traveling signpost. If you never played Neverwinter before, I would show you what the traveling signpost does. You could basically travel anywhere in the map. Like, you could just go to Barovia if you wanted to, or it's kind of like, if you're in Barovia, it's like you could just go like anywhere you want to, like, and it doesn't matter like how far away you are. You could just use the signpost, and you could just go to like wherever you want to. You could like, oh, okay, like, I feel like I'm going.
The morning Lord blesses us with a
that
new.
is really great. That is really great. I really like that feature, but that's the only really good thing about being a VIP member. And also, what's good about a VIP membership is, you get a free key every day. But that's the only good thing. And even this is kind of useless. Like, even this is pretty much just useless, where I could evoke anywhere I want to. I can't just say that. I cannot honestly say that I would recommend Neverwinter. The only thing that I really like about Neverwinter is my guild. My guild is the only thing that I like about Neverwinter.
Our courage lights our path.
Oh yeah, you could like your free VIP dinky, but it's pretty useless to be all honest, because I've opened up most of the lockboxes. So it's kind of like, hey, well, I opened up most of the lockboxes. This is pretty useless to me. Anyway, this has been Ren. Thank you for watching. Bye.